locusts, which is also known as sala, are a collection of certain species of short-horned grasshoppers in the family Acrididae that have a swarming phase. These insects are usually solitary, but under certain circumstances they become more abundant and change their behavior and habits, becoming gregarious. Swarming behavior decreased in the 20th century, but despite modern surveillance and control methods, the potential for swarms to form is still present, and when suitable climatic conditions occur and vigilance lapses, plagues can still occur. 3-4. Locusts are large insects and convenient for use in research and the study of zoology in the classroom. They are also edible insects. They have been eaten throughout history and are considered a delicacy in many countries. During the current year, locust swarms have entered India on April 11 to 12. Scientists at the Locust Warning Organization (LWO) observed groups of grasshoppers at Sri Ganganagar and Jaisalmer districts of Rajasthan. But far from ordinary hoppers, these were desert locusts, the same destructive migratory pests currently devouring acres of maize, sorghum and wheat crops in East Africa. While locusts are seen in India as well, that is normally only during July to October and mostly as solitary insects or in small isolated groups. They're being spotted along the India-Pakistan border before mid-April this time, and coming after the damage they caused to the growing rabi crops along western Rajasthan and parts of northern Gujarat during December to January, has raised the alarm bells, and comes at a time when the country is battling the more high-profile novel coronavirus pandemic. If the monsoon is good, and in the absence of control operations, the magnitude of attack could be worse than in the 2019-20 rabi season. Gurjar points out that last year's locust incursions were the first and most significant since 1993. Local authorities in Rajasthan and Gujarat had to treat over 4.30 lakh hectares of infested areas with sprayers mounted on tractors and other vehicles. Thankfully, even old-generation organophosphate insecticides such as malathion are effective against locusts. About 1 liter of the chemical is necessary to treat a hectare of their breeding areas, including trees where they halt for the night. Gurjar says that there is ample stock of pesticides to control any swarms. Control operations also require procurement of equipment, training of field teams, repositioning of supplies in key breeding areas and updating contingency plans. These operations are technically not restricted under the current lockdown regime, but there is not much time to waste. Considering the past, one can assume that Nepali districts near the Indian states, mainly Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh, are at a higher risk. Hence, there is a higher risk of the locusts entering Nepal from the western and southwestern sides. Before analyzing the impact of the insect on Nepal, one must first look at the impact on India. India's Rajasthan and Gujarat first reported the outbreak in 1993, which is said to have originated from Pakistan. The outbreak generally was reported during mid-May to mid-October. This year, the outbreak was seen first in Gujarat and in Rajasthan, some 700 kilometers away. After that, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh also reported the crisis. The early outbreak of locusts in April, not in mid-May, hints that there is a change in their behaviors and that it is getting the favorable environment to spread.
On the other hand, the 2 to 3 weeks from the onset of monsoon is the most favorable environment for the locusts to reproduce, which increases the chances of spread in Nepal even more. According to the experts, the cause of the increasing size of locusts is the changing climate. Their population in the world has increased by 8,000 times. Such an increase had been recorded in the past as well, where the cause was found to be the dryness in the environment. With that, their impact on nature was also long-lasting.